Welcome to this video, which is the top 5 tips for playing piano accompaniment for singing. So this applies whether you are playing in a band, at church, or whether you are just playing piano accompaniment for yourself or somebody else singing. So the first tip is the hand positions for playing chords. So what we do is we are playing by chords, not by notation, because there's 101 reasons why that is much, much better than playing by notation, which I've explained in other videos. So the right hand is going to play the chords. So if you take a chord like C, or in the numbers method, we call this chord 1. So there's 3 notes being played, like that. So that's the chord. We call this the root position, where the chord letter or number is the first note you play. Okay, the left hand then plays the same note as the chord. So if it's chord C, you press a C. You can play the octave above as well at the same time. Just gives it a bit more of a full sound. So if you were playing C to A minor, F, G, if you're using the numbers method, which is it's the piano tabs method, which is very fast for beginners, and it also lets you play really advanced styles as well. So that would be chord 1, chord 6, chord 4, and chord 5. Okay, so that skill 1 is the basic hand position. So skill 2 then is enhancing the left hand. So what we do here is what I call a 1-5-1. So no matter what the chord is, no matter if it's a major chord or a minor chord, it's always the same. So on top of the 2 octaves here, which you play, what you do is add the 5th note up from the chord you're playing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is not usually played at the same time. So you don't usually do that. It just sounds, that's a bit muddy. But what you do is play it in sequence. So you might play. And this becomes really useful when you want to add advanced rhythms. So there's no rule as to when you play the 5. That is down to you to play different rhythmic styles. So if you're playing a faster version, you could play. Okay, so that's the 1-5-1. So the third tip is what I call broken chords. So rather than just playing the chords at the same time, you can play them in a sequence. Again, there's no rule here as to what the sequence needs to be. You can play anything. You can play coming down. You can play down and up. You can play left hand first and then right hand. And just mix it up, okay? So that's the broken chords. Tip 4 is inversions. So rather than just playing the notes in that same hand shape, which I call the claw shape or the root shape, what you can do is change the order of the notes. So it's the same 3 notes, but if I take this note off and add it on the top in the higher octave, so that's like a C or a note 1, we add it here. So it's the same 3 notes, but now we've got that. So that's an inversion of that root chord. And if we do the same again, take this note off and add it on the top, you've got that inversion. And then if you do it again, that's back to the original hand shape, just in the higher octave. So every standard chord has got 3 inversions. First, so that's the root. So that's version 1, 2, and 3. Some people call this the root, first inversion, and the second inversion. And that applies to every single chord. So where you have a chord F or a chord 4, that's the root, first inversion, second inversion. So this becomes really useful now when you want to make a song sound more professional rather than just doing the roots. So 1, 6, 4, 5. I can play the same chords now with the inversions and make them sound a bit more smooth. It's chord 1, 4, 5, 1. And then if I add the broken chord things in. So 1, 6, 4, 5, 1. And tip 5 is adding passing notes and riffs. So we've spoken about the 3 notes in the standard chord. So a passing note then is any other note that is not in the chord. So taken from the standard scale, which is 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we've got 3 of those 7 are in the chord, and then all the other notes are not. So we can use these as passing notes when we are moving from one note that is in the chord to another note in the chord. We can pass through one of these other notes. So for example, if I'm playing this riff here, let's do Amazing Grace. So chord 1, 3, 4, back to 1. Okay, so passing notes would be, say, a note 2 would be a passing note when we're playing chord 1. So that note 5 is a passing note when we're playing note 4. So So you have the total freedom there just to add in any note you like around the chord. So if you mix up those 5 tips there, you can play some really, really advanced music just off very simple chords. And you don't need to go into fancy chords at all. Just those 5 tips alone will let you play music that sounds really professional. There's more information on this in the chord play and the sing play courses, and you can get information on this on the Deck Play site with some free workshops. So just using those top 5 tips there, you can play some really professional sounding music just using the standard chord sheet. Now there's more information on this and free workshops on the deckplay.com site. So if you've liked this video, please click the like and help other people find it. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.